definitely was not more than 2 months. It was literally, okay, let's go from season 5, season 5, beginning of season 5, when he mentions that he wants to go and be a cop. What was going on in season 5?
Allie came back and 424. So at the beginning of season 5 is when they were.
What was like around the date? Do you know?
The what?
Like the date about what was that? Like the date.
Well, it had to be the beginning of the school year because Allison went back to school. And then the next thing you know was the Christmas episode. Right now, they're in March because it's 3 months later. So March, end of March is what they're supposedly in.
From September to March, he became a cop.
No, from September to when Mona died, which was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. So from September
So he was only
to Thanksgiving.
talking about it at the beginning
In the
of the,
beginning of the episode, he wasn't even
Because
a
you
cop.
remember him and Spencer were having a conversation about it.
He's like,
and
she's like, I think I'm going to go and be a cop. And she was like, oh, what did she say? Oh, joining what did she say?
I forget
Something
her exact
smart
words,
ass.
but
Now,
yeah.
I mean, it's a little far-fetched, but it's not too far-fetched just because you don't have to have your Act 120 to be a cop. You just have to pass the police academy, which is only a few-week program, I'm telling you. Like, Daddy went to school because he got other things. It's not that far. I mean, it's far-fetched, but it's probably only a few months off.
But it's still.
I know it, like, but it really...
So, but what I'm saying, though, for purposes of the storyline, why did they rush it? Why did they rush
To get him
his
on working
storyline?
on case.
The Mona case, probably.
Yeah.
But
still, they like honestly, I mean,
but it probably is for purposes of the.
It was
Mona
like a
case.
month and a half that he became a cop.
It's not only the Mona case, probably that whole Allie in jail thing too, to get him in the jail for the things like.
Well,
that.
I
They have
understand
the
that, but I'm just
conversations between
saying
each
though,
other.
like they had to have reasons for rushing it. Like
I know,
that.
but it really is not that completely far fetched. Because if you think about it now, like Daddy's had multiple things. That's why it took him so long. And Act 120 is only a year. It's only 11 months or something like that. But you don't need your Act 120. Dom never had his Act 120, and he was police chief.
I know. I'm just saying.
The
Though,
chief,
something's like
the
weird
sheriff's
about
department.
that.
You don't need your Act 120. You only need.
I just think that somebody said, "Here you go."
Like a cop is one of the easiest things to become. It's one of the hardest jobs, but it is one of the easiest things to become. The quickest amount of school. It's less than a nurse, less than anything.
Okay, but
Less than a phlebotomist, everything.
Okay.
Now, 1-6. There's no place like homecoming. Okay. So in the beginning of the episode, the girls are sitting around with Chinese food because Aria is because Aria is reeling over her relationship with Ezra and how A, B, and C and blah blah blah. And the girls get Chinese food and they're opening fortune cookies and lions and tigers and bitches, oh my, is in the friggin' fortune. Well, here's a question. How the hell did Mona get a fortune into a fortune cookie? Was she working at the Chinese restaurant? And furthermore, how the hell did she know which fortune cookies were going to go to those girls?
It makes no sense. Like, I mean, it's not like it was a delivery or something like that where they left it on the porch and, like, they went away and, like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, what about when the worms were in the Chinese food?
Like, God
Again,
forbid
like,
that shit went to somebody else. Like, I just don't, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, some of this stuff is just not...
Here it is. What is the truth about Toby that Jenna is referring to?
Yeah.
When she finds out the truth about you, she's going to
Yeah,
hate
Jenna
you.
turns to Toby and says, you know, talking about Emily, when she finds out the truth about you, she's going to hate you. What's the truth about you? What is the truth about him?
Right. Because
not
if
about
it was
if
about
she finds
them,
out the truth about us.
Yeah.
Or about what happened between us. No, it was...
Or what's going on between us, or anything like that. When she finds out the truth about you, she's going to hate you.
Because, like, that's, like, her lying to his face, like, no, like, you know what I mean? Like, she's not going to sit there. She knows that she's the one that seduced him. And she's not going to lie to his face. She's not going to be like, oh, well, it was all your fault, blah, blah, blah. Hey. No. She knows. Something's up with that.
Just a little side note, Melissa was a see you next Tuesday in this episode. Mm-hmm. Lucas, could he possibly get any less photos for the yearbook? He didn't even stick around to potentially take a photo of the homecoming queen and king.
Yeah, he leaves. I got all the photos I needed.
Hannah's
You went to the
outside asking
homecoming
for
dance. You didn't get photos of the fucking homecoming king and queen. Like that's like
Or the court.
Or the court.
yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. He's there flashing pictures of like
So you got
a flower
people
in the side of the room.
entering. So you got people. Yeah, you got people entering is what you got.
Pretty much. Now, the fortune teller.
No.
The fortune teller. Spencer doesn't want to see this fortune teller, and then she goes in, and she's sitting there talking, and the fortune teller says something to the effect of, this could be about your, the present situation or your future, and her words were about her friend that's in a couple
Her
saying,
friend's relationship.
right, there's darkness in him, maybe even violence or vengeance. Automatically, because the camera is focusing over on Toby and Emily, we're thinking that it's Toby and Emily, but the camera also pans to Ezra walking out of the gymnasium or wherever the fuck they were, the auditorium, and Aria going after him. Was it, like you said, referring to perhaps
I think it was
Spencer's
referring to a later
relationship
date.
with Toby?
I think it was referring to a later date. Or
Yeah,
it
she
could
wouldn't
just
say
be
your friend.
your friend's relationship. It could be your friend's relationship, meaning like your friend's relationship with her friend, or you know what I mean? Like a friend of someone's. Like a relationship could be like, oh, we have a relationship, or we're, you know what I mean? We have a sister relationship. We have a best friend relationship, or I have a relationship
So if it was pertaining
boyfriend.
to that point in time and not the future, it could be Lucas and Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Ezra and Aria. It could be Toby and Emily. It could be
Ren and Spencer.
It could be Ren, but she would have said yourself, not your friend, not your friend's relationship. Your relationship.
Hannah and Ren.
Hannah and Ren. It could be Hannah and Melissa. I mean,
It could be Hannah
It could
and
have been
Mona.
Hannah and Caleb.
Could be Hannah and Mona.
As much as I would hate to admit that, it could be Hannah and Mona. But a darkness in him?
She's a dude. All right, let's go. Keep going because we need to get through this shit.
Toby says to Emily, I've also done things that I'm not proud of. We all have secrets, Emily. What was he referring to? The relationship with fucking Jenna?
Because that's what I'm saying. He makes it seem like this all can't be about the relationship between him and Jenna because he did nothing wrong. It's not him that should be ashamed.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, yes, he could have put a stop to it. Yeah, absolutely. He could have said something, whatever. How
many guys are going to put a stop
Let me tell you something. I think that he is responsible for whoever took those videos. I think that he tried to catch Jenna. So that he could be like, you know what I mean? He could show people like, okay, it's not me.
Yeah, but
I think he's responsible.
Yeah, but what would they be taping the girls for? Jenna wouldn't be there.
Oh no, I'm not saying like all the videos. I'm saying like whoever, he probably, whether he paid Ian or paid whoever to take that video, I think he paid somebody to be outside that window, take that video, so he could show that he's not the person that's the sick one. You know what I mean?
At the end of the episode, there's an A scene.
First one.
And the black hoodie goes over to the sign for Rosewood and changes the population number.
Why?
For what purpose?
Nobody died.
No one died.
I don't know if it's because Toby took off.
He
But
never even
like
got out of Rosewood.
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand why that number was changed when nobody died or nobody left. Like I mean, you could say Toby left, but he really didn't. So
Or was it foreshadowing for Ian?
Or was it foreshadowing? But if that's the case, then that's the person that fucking killed Ian.
Yeah.
no, because Allison's the one that killed. Okay,
Supposedly.
but
Allison's the one who pushed him,
Ian.
supposedly, but
But she
killed
said he
him.
was alive, so somebody might have had plans to actually kill him.
I don't think he was alive. I think he died when he fell off the bell tower and somebody just took
Well,
him.
he was hanging there, looking pretty
Yeah.
fucking dead.
Yeah.
All right, 1-7, the homecoming hangover. What happened to Toby's file, and why was it important?
Real quick, like, is it just me, or was like Ian really not surprised to see Allie?
He was like, you.
Like, no, what are you doing?
What are you
What are you
doing
doing
here?
here?
Not like,
You're alive.
you're alive? That's exactly.
That's what I said. There's a lot of people that knew that she was alive. I'm telling you. I think Ian knew. Melissa knew. I think that Jason knew.
obviously.
Cece knew. I think that the De Laurentiis family knew. I think a lot of people knew that she was alive.
So if so that being the case, wouldn't, if Mrs. De Laurentiis and Jason knew, and Jason knew that Mrs. De Laurentiis knew, Mrs. De Laurentiis knew Jason knew, wouldn't Jason know who hit her? Wouldn't he be asking questions?
I don't think Jason and Mrs. DeLaurentis were ever close. I don't think that they liked each other. I don't think that they, like, honest to God, because he makes it known that, like, he's never really gotten along with his mother. I don't think that he knew that she knew, and that vice versa. I think they kept it from each other, but I think they both knew. I really honestly do think they both knew. Stupid.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just confused on that.
Why was it important to Toby's file? What else was in that file?
Yeah.
That they wanted it.
Yeah, and furthermore...
They never used it.
And furthermore, the text message that's sent saying, thanks for getting Toby out of my way. If that was, in fact, Mona, what the fuck was Toby in her way for?
True. Absolutely true. True,
was he
true.
infiltrating the relationship with Hannah again? Like, what?
Like, it doesn't make any sense. She did all this for Hannah. Because you took Hannah away from me. Yes, because Toby took Hannah away from you.
Yes.
Unless A's Maya.
Okay.
Because he was...
Marlene specifically said that Mona did all but 2 things in the first 2 seasons.
She did say that, yes.
Specifically
she
said
just
that.
said she did all but 2 things. She didn't say she sent all the texts, but 2 texts.
She said she did all A-related things but 2 things.
Okay, things that were done by A. I'm just saying, it doesn't mean she sent the text. I mean, that might not even have been an A text. There might have just been Maya. Thanks for getting...
No, it was signed A.
It was signed A.
But was it signed Kisses A or
No.
the other?
I don't believe... I don't...
No, the Kisses A didn't start until someone stole the game from Mona.
From Mona, yeah.
That's when
it
the
was
Kisses
either
A
dash
started.
dash A or dash A. But
Because we
it's,
talked about that.
Dash
Who's dash A and who's dash A?
Yeah.
All right, 1-8. Please do talk about me when I'm gone. This one might take a little bit more than 3 minutes.
Not really. Just go.
Okay. The scene with Allie and the girls, that's immortality, my darlings.
Seems like she wanted to be at her funeral.
At her funeral.
So is she
What the
blackmailed?
whole point of that thing was anyway. The whole point of that scene.
That scene was stupid.
I don't know if it was the introduction of Noel Khan into Aria's life.
Well, the one big thing about this episode is that flashes back to the lake and Lucas playing around in the water and Aria and friggin' everybody sitting there, and Allison is talking to Lucas, and you see Aria without a pink streak
in her hair. Every single flashback we've seen her, and she has a pink streak in her hair.
Except for that scene, and if you don't believe us, go back. 1-8.
She does not
She
have
does
a pink
not have a
streak in
pink
her hair.
streak in that scene.
So, why?
Now,
Hold on.
Okay.
Well,
At the end of this episode, with the friggin' memorial service thing that was all orchestrated with Jenna speaking, and Jenna says, my whole life, I thought I knew who Allison was. Okay. Because you just fucking met her at a Halloween store when you were introducing yourselves. I'm Jenna.
A year before she went missing.
A year before she went, not even
Less
a year.
than a year before
October to that summer, yeah.
Yeah.
You just met her then. I'm Jenna. I'm Allison. I know. Okay.
So how did you know her?
How did you know that?
but she didn't know you.
But
Yeah,
she didn't know you. Okay, so you knew Allison, the
Your whole
Allison
life.
that you knew your whole life. But she didn't know you. It does not it does not make any sense. Why the hell? Okay, at the end of the episode, Jason says, "Yeah, I just got off the phone with my folks. They said thanks." Why weren't her folks at her
the memorial
service?
Not the funeral. Somebody else pointed that out to us. Not the funeral. Okay, we know she was at the funeral.
Somebody actually said that.
Yeah, that she was at the funeral.
It's not the funeral. We're talking about the memorial service.
That was the worst.
Don't give a shit.
That was the best.
We're
thing
talking
that happened
about the
today.
memorial service.
The memorial
Best thing
service.
that's ever happened to me today.
I'm
We're
glad.
talking about the memorial.
Kisses G. Kisses G.
We're talking about the memorial service, not the funeral. Why the De Laurentiis family was not there is beyond me. Jason went there to plan it. So
Ian
why?
even showed up.
Yeah, like,
But her parents weren't there.
yeah, it made no sense.
Okay. And lastly, but not
Because she
least.
wasn't dead.
Lastly, but not least.
Jason gives them the bracelet that was the cops gave here. The cops think that you guys would like to have this. It was Allison's bracelet. So Allison's bracelet was buried on Bethany. Makes no sense. Done.
And they don't give away evidence.
Yeah, and why would they give away evidence?